Good morning, graduates, friends, and honoured guests. My name is Samantha Ferguson, and I'm the Assistant Chaplain to the University. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this graduation ceremony at the University of St Andrews on this exciting day for you all. Presiding at today's graduation ceremony is the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Dame Sally Mapstone. This ceremony is taking place in the Younger Hall, officially opened in 1929. The Younger Hall is the university's venue for graduations and most formal ceremonies. In a few moments, the academic procession will enter the hall. To welcome the academic procession, members of St Salvator's Chapel Choir will lead us in singing the Gaudeamus. Please do join in. The words can be found in your programme. Should the fire alarm sound, please remain seated. The alarm will be silenced and staff will immediately investigate the cause of the activation. Should an evacuation be necessary, the alarm will then sound continuously and you will be advised of the need to evacuate. Staff will direct you accordingly. Please follow staff direction and leave the hall by the most appropriate exit. At the end of our graduation ceremony this morning, all our new graduates will join the academic procession, leaving the Younger Hall and walking along North Street and entering St Salvator's quadrangle through the archway. To support us, please wait until all our new graduates have left the hall. Ushers will then show you to the nearest exits. Outside, you will be directed to the quad, where you'll be able to join our new graduates. Please ensure that all your mobile phones are switched off, or at least on silent. And you're welcome to take pictures and video footage, but please stay seated to do so. To capture this unique moment, our official photographer will now take a photograph of those graduating today before the ceremony begins.
Good morning. We ready for this? Like my camera? Very good. I can see everybody in the hall, so there's no hiding place. We're ready. Let's see what we've got. Here we go. We're ready. After 3, 2, and 1. Come on, make my job easy. Thank you. One more. Superb. Thank you. Congratulations and enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoy the graduation ceremony. As you are able, please rise for the graduates. Oremus. Omnipotens et eterne Deus, actione nostris omnes aspirando preveni, et adjuvandu prosequie unt contra nostra operatio, et praesertim hoc quo nunc aggredimu opus, at te incipiat, et per te ceptum finiatur, quotennus sanctum nomen tuum glorificamus, et misericordia tua vitam aeternam, consequenum, per Iesum Christum, Dominum nostrum. Amen.
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. It is my happy duty as Principal and Vice-Chancellor to welcome you all to this winter graduation ceremony at the University of St. Andrews. I am delighted that all of you can share in the joy of today's ceremony. Graduation is the highlight of our academic year. At these ceremonies, students are awarded their degrees, the Principal's Medal is presented, new members of our professorial staff are inducted, and people of distinction are honoured. We orient our academic calendar around these celebrations, and they are a tradition that speaks to the heart of our institutional mission. It is also a pleasure to welcome you to the Younger Hall, a fitting setting for the celebration of our graduates' achievements. This well-loved venue has been the home of our graduation ceremonies since its initial opening in 1929. Today's graduands will cross the Younger Hall stage in a style that unites them with the students who, for almost a century, crossed it before them, and also, of course, with the students who crossed our stages in the 5 centuries before that. This year, however, we gather with a sense of absence as well as celebration. Many of you will know that our Chancellor, the late Right Honourable Lord Campbell of Pitton Weem, died years. He served St. Andrews with a mixture of integrity and courtesy, and the imprint of his leadership has left a clear and lasting mark on our formal life on days such as this one. Lord Campbell presided at 84 graduation ceremonies, conferring degrees to approximately 15,000 students who walked across this very stage. He welcomed our legacy donors at Chancellor's Circles gatherings. He played a distinguished part in our 600th anniversary celebrations, and most recently, he delivered the university's royal address to the new king as a privileged body in 2023. His was a steady, generous presence, and while we feel his absence today, we recognize how fully he strengthened the ceremonial life we inherit and continue. The broader graduation tradition which we observe today has indeed taken place in St. Andrews since the 2nd decade of the 15th century, when the university was founded, and some of the rituals that were established in the 1400s remain an integral part of the ceremony. These rituals honour our history and signify the assumption of each graduand's place within an institution that has done as much as any other to shape the modern world. We are Scotland's first and foremost university, the 3rd oldest in the English-speaking world, and one of the 25 oldest still operating. Across 612 years, students and academics have gathered here to build and disseminate knowledge, and their ambition has proven resilient to the challenges mounted against them. The religious and political regimes that have reared and crumbled, the pandemics and wars that have beaten at the doors. Ours is not, however, a story of survival, but of leadership. St. Andrews has been at the vanguard of political, cultural, and intellectual developments since our inception, and our people have steered the hands of monarchs and parliaments since our earliest days. And we are now very much focused on securing the future of our institution for the next 600 years. This is the aim of the university's Making Waves campaign, launched last year, and about which you can find out more in your copy of today's programme. The importance of our town predates the university's foundation. St. Andrews was the ecclesiastical capital of medieval Scotland. The 12th century cathedral, the remnants of which will look upon the graduation procession at the end of this ceremony, was the largest and most revered building of its time. It was a centre for pilgrimage, played home to Scotland's senior bishop, and was consecrated upon completion in the presence of Robert the Bruce in 1318. University instruction commenced at St. Andrews in May 1410, when our founder, Bishop Henry Wardlaw, invited a delegation of scholars led by Lawrence of Lindores, a philosopher of renown, to the town. And university status was formalized when Pope Benedict XIII issued papal bulls from Peniscola in August 1413, which were met by great jubilation when carried into town the following February. These papal bulls granted the university the authority to award degrees in the faculties of arts, theology, canon and civil law, and medicine. In the 2 centuries following its inception, the university boasted a critical mass of strength in the faculties of arts and divinity. However, it did not flourish in the sciences or mathematics until the second half of the 17th century, 250 years after its foundation. Even then, the science of the university was confined to mathematics and natural philosophy until the end of the 18th century. By the middle of the 16th century, the University of St. Andrews consisted of 3 collegiate societies: St. Salvator's and St. Leonard's colleges, which were dedicated to the teaching of philosophy and the arts, and St. Mary's College, which focused on theology. The professors were regents, teachers in charge of the same group of students during the 4 years of the curriculum. However, in 1579, when the university was reconstituted following the Protestant Reformation, it appointed for the first time professors who were specialists on specific subjects, including a professor of mathematics attached to St. Salvator's College. But mathematics was not especially well thought of in the university, and its professors were considered an unwanted burden. I should stress here, of course, how much times have changed since then. Mathematical teaching and research at St. Andrews evolved in 1668 with the appointment of James Gregory, a Scottish mathematician, astronomer, and inventor who was one of the 3 founders of calculus, inventor of the Gregorian telescope, and the man who discovered the principles of diffraction gratings. At the university, Gregory carried out important research in the fields of mathematics and astronomy and modernized the teaching of these subjects. He corresponded with leading natural philosophers in England and the continent and was instrumental in introducing the ideas of the scientific revolution to the community of the University of St. Andrews, though not always to immediate acceptance. While James Gregory made a major impact on the subjects being taught and researched by the university, he also left an important mark on the face of the town. In 1673, he mathematically established a meridian line, a line circling the Earth from pole to pole, along which the time is the same, passing through St. Andrews. Gregory's was the first ever non-ecclesiastical astronomical meridian line in Europe, the longest and most accurate of its kind for many years to come. Gregory conceived of his line almost 200 years before the Greenwich meridian line was established and adopted as the world's official prime meridian. St. Andrews, and not Greenwich, is therefore the place where time began. To mark his meridian, Gregory carved it into the floor of his laboratory, now part of the King James Library. In 2014, a brass meridian line was installed in the pavement on South Street, outside the library, alongside an accompanying plaque to commemorate Gregory's achievement. In light of this piece of our history, we might ask ourselves, had Professor James Gregory not passed away only 3 years later in 1675, a month before his 37th birthday, would we be running on ST-AMT, St. Andrew's Mean Time, and not GMT? And what difference would this make? Well, 12 minutes of difference, to be precise. Currently, all time in the world is calculated using a line passing through the Royal Observatory at Greenwich. Noon on this line is known as 12 o'clock GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. As St. Andrews is further west than Greenwich, the time at Gregory's meridian is 12 minutes behind GMT. So, next time you are running late, you can make the excuse that you are simply operating on St. Andrew's time. While his meridian line has only been commemorated in recent years, Gregory has long occupied a significant place in the university's history as the first holder of its Regius Chair of Mathematics. A Regius Professor is literally a king's professor and holds a chair that historically was endowed by a monarch, with James Gregory being appointed by King Charles II. Now one of the oldest and most prestigious chairs in the United Kingdom, the St. Andrews Regius Chair of Mathematics is today held by Professor Kenneth Falconer, who was appointed by authority of the warrant signed by both Her Majesty the late Queen and the then First Minister of Scotland in 2018. I think it's safe to say that our maths department is one of the university's crown jewels. But more seriously, the inventiveness and the openness to new ideas that cross both disciplinary and national boundaries, modelled by Gregory, continue to be fundamental values of the staff and students who, 350 years later, follow his line across South Street. Returning now to today's ceremony and the rituals which connect us to our forebears. The first of these you have already witnessed when St. Salvator's Chapel Choir initiated proceedings with a rendition of the Gaudeamus, and the assistant chaplain, the Reverend Samantha Ferguson, delivered the opening prayer. As Vice-Chancellor, I preside over these ceremonies and am invested with the authority to award degrees, the presentation of which will immediately follow this introduction. The conferral of awards at bachelor's, master's, and doctoral level will constitute the core of this ceremony. I will confer degrees both on those many students who are present and on the smaller number of those who are unable to attend and who are thus graduated in absentia. As that phrase indicates, these rituals are conducted partly in Latin, following St. Andrew's tradition. For all graduands listed in this ceremony, present or absent, I will call upon the deans of the respective faculties and ask them to present each graduand for their award in turn. And I will then confer the degree with Latin phrases, one of which, for example, translates as, "I raise you to the rank of Master of Arts, and to symbolize this, I place upon you this cap." To most, though, I will simply say, "Et super te," meaning "and upon you too." The precise moment of graduation occurs when the graduate's cap, or birrettum, which I will be utilizing, touches the head of the graduand. This academic cap has been used in every ceremony since December 1696, when it was acquired from a St. Andrew's tailor, and it symbolizes the ascension of our graduands into graduates and their assumption of an equal place within our alumni community. When the conferrals are complete, I shall then make a special presentation of the Principal's Medal, an award for academic and extracurricular endeavour to one of our graduates. The Principal's Medal today will be bestowed upon Luis Messeja-Mera of the School of Divinity. St. Salvator's Chapel Choir will then return to deliver a musical interlude, and we are thankful both to the choir and their director, Claire Innes-Hopkins, for the joy they bring to this occasion. We will then proceed directly to professorial inductions, which is when we officially recognize and welcome our new professors into the Senatus Academicus. Following this, we will enjoy one of the highlights of these ceremonies, the presentation of honorary awards, with the conferral of an honorary doctorate upon today's guest of honor, the Right Honourable Lady Dorian. I will then deliver the graduation address to close our ceremony, a traditional message of congratulation and inspiration to our new graduates. The ceremony will then conclude with the benediction and the graduation procession. At St. Andrews, the academics and professional staff who have supported you, our graduands, are immensely proud of your accomplishments. But this ritual does not mark the end of your association with St. Andrews. You are joining a vital community of alumni who have positively shaped the world around them for 612 years and who support one another in the present. So while you are graduating, you are not leaving our community, but taking the next step in your St. Andrews experience. And it is our sincere hope that you will continue to engage as a St. Andrean throughout your life. Decanus Facultatis Artium.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Master of Arts with Honours, Eleni Spiliotis.
Te ad gradum magistri artium promovio, cuius rei in symbolum super te hoc beretum impono.
Tatiana Muraviev Apostol.
Et super te.
Sean Middleton.
Et super te.
Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to confer the degree in absentia on Brandon Clark Max Grieve.
Eos absentes magistros artium renuncio.
Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to confer the postgraduate diploma in absentia on Zailuo.
Eum absentem diplomatum renuncio.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Master of Letters, Eduardo Abdush Catalani.
Te ad gradum magistri literarum promovio, cuius rei in symbolum super te hoc beretum impono.
Alexander Angus.
Et super te.
Yuan Bao.
Et super te.
Skylar Begley.
Et super te.
Brianna Bell.
Et super te.
Darius Beanseisler.
Et super te.
Eden Binyaku.
Et super te.
Seth Birkinshaw.
Et super te.
Anya Booth.
Et super te.
Callie Brannan.
Et super te.
Abel Capdevila Piquer.
Et super te.
Samuel Carper.
Et superte.
Emma Castor.
Et superte.
James Castillo.
Et superte.
Sinem Chetinkaya.
Et superte.
Oliver Clements.
Et superte.
Zoe Coblin.
Et superte.
Jack Dalgleish.
Et superte.
Archie Day.
Et superte.
Tejas Devmane.
Et superte.
Lu Ding.
Et superte.
Uing Yu Ding.
Et superte.
Charlotte Dodds.
Et superte.
Olivia Jure Mains.
Et superte.
Archie Edie Gour.
Et superte.
Alfred Eaton.
Et superte.
Helena Engler.
Et superte.
Emily Falge.
Et superte.
Ming Mei Fong.
Et superte.
Margaret Fennelly.
Et superte.
Robert Philbach.
Et superte.
Victoria Fletcher.
Et superte.
Eliza Foreman.
Et superte.
Emma Francis.
Et superte.
Ailsa Fraser.
Et superte.
Ksenia Galkina.
Et superte.
Zina Garakhani.
Et superte.
Léa Lou Giraud.
Et superte.
Anna Grace Gragg.
Et superte.
G. Hanley Stamers.
Et superte.
Charles Hawes.
Et superte.
Rachel Hitch.
Et superte.
Caris Hilton.
Et superte.
Thomas Ishii.
Et superte.
Philippa Johnston.
Et superte.
Christine Kuiper.
Et superte.
Ruby K. Dalwood.
Et superte.
Kate Khair.
Et superte.
Clement Kwok.
Et superte.
Joshua Kwon.
Et superte.
Jack Lafan.
Et superte.
Andrew Lawler.
Et superte.
Juliet Latzik.
Et superte.
Justin Lee.
Et superte.
Xin Green Lung.
Et superte.
Alex Levitt.
Et superte.
William Lewis.
Et superte.
Wei Kang Liu.
Et superte.
Elizabeth Martin.
Et superte.
Ella Marici.
Et superte.
Grant Mackenzie.
Et superte.
Faye McManus.
Et superte.
Mary Ann McNutt.
Et superte.
Liza Moore.
Et superte.
CGA Nie.
Et superte.
Jack O'Hara.
Et superte.
Ali Reza Omidvar.
Et superte.
Aniket Paul.
Et superte.
Harper Petty.
Et superte.
Veronica Possamai.
Et superte.
Damien Radu.
Et superte.
Harrison Ramsey.
Et superte.
Mikey Reed Kane.
Et superte.
Mateusz Resman Tasic.
Et superte.
Maria Shakova.
Et superte.
Catherine Schlegel.
Et superte.
Anna Schmidt.
Et superte.
Carlina Schreiber.
Et superte.
Caitlin Scott.
Et superte.
Anna Smith.
Et superte.
Mari Smith.
Et superte.
Maximilian Spitz.
Et superte.
Laura Toms.
Et superte.
Lachlan Urquhart.
Et superte.
Heather Wallace.
Et superte.
Emery Walsh.
Et superte.
Tianzi Wang.
Et superte.
Emily Wildish.
Et superte.
Callum Wood.
Et superte.
Liam Ray.
Et superte.
Jiming Xia.
Et superte.
Phoenix Yo.
Et superte.
Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to confer the degree in absentia on Luke Ambrose, Harrison Balm, Jack Alexander Barnes, Clarissa Bell, Jeremy Borrell, Abigail Cassidy, Xiao Chen, Yves Xavier Fanny, Freya Fisher, Daniar Gazizov, Kat Glennon, Madison Gonderman, Lauren Gouveia, Wenyan Han, Xie Huang, Zhao Ling, Daisy Molesworth, Ellen Robertson, Che Huson, Shiru Wang, Yi Chung.
Eos absentes magistros literarum renuncio.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Master of Research, Emma Basil.
Te ad gradum magistri investigationis promoveu, cuius rei in symbolum superte hoc beretum impono.
Evie Connolly.
Et superte.
Shuyua Du.
Et superte.
Tamar Carney.
Et superte.
Hania Khatab.
Et superte.
Finlay Penderis.
Et superte.
Luke Savage.
Et superte.
Prisca Spaniol.
Et superte.
Vlada Wajewski.
Et superte.
Alicia Yin.
Et superte.
Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to confer the degree in absentia on Kyle McKnight, Caitlin Neville, Hugo Saxton.
Eos absentes magistros investigationis renuncio.
Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to confer the degree of Master of Philosophy in absentia on Hin Tao Hu.
Eum absentem magistrum philosophiae renuncio.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Kantian Subjects, an analysis of the fundamental logical structure of the categorical imperative and the equivalence of its formulations. Laurenti de Sacia Rubio.
Te ad gradum doctoris philosophiae promovio, cuius rei in symbolum superte hoc beretum impono. Many congratulations, well done.
For a thesis entitled Funding Scientific Research, the Royal Society of London and the Development of Research Grants, 1800 to 1914, Danielle Farrier.
Et super te. Congratulations, Daniel.
For a thesis entitled Vermin in Society, Plague, Pests and Poisons at the Dawn of Zoonosis, Oliver French.
Et super te. Congratulations, Oliver.
For a thesis entitled The Politics of Aesthetic Autonomy in Interwar Britain and Mandatory Palestine, 1918 to 1939, Chemdat Kislev.
Et super te. Many congratulations.
For a thesis entitled Classifying Constructivism, Carving Out Metanormative Real Estate, Jacob Librizzi.
Et super te. Congratulations, Jacob. Well done.
For a thesis entitled Printing Persuasion, Early 18th Century Advertising in Provincial England and Dublin, James McCall.
Et super te. Congratulations, James.
For a thesis entitled Governance in Motion, the French Crown, Royal Officers and Practices of Politics in Late Medieval Lyon, Rouen and Toulouse, circa 1204 to circa 1337. Nathan Meads.
Et super te. Congratulations, Nathan.
For a thesis entitled Dynamic Dualism, Alterity, Knowledge and the Movement of Cultural Revitalization among the Hunihuin of the Alto Rio Purus in the state of Acre, Brazil, Grzegorz Palka.
Et super te. Many congratulations.
For a thesis entitled Art, Archaeology, Apocalypse, Gustave Moreau and the Ruins of History, Lauren Robbins.
Et super te. Congratulations, Laura.
For a thesis entitled Highland Chieftains, Officer Selection, Status and Identity in the Black Watch, Royal Highlanders, circa 1902 to 1918, Rowan Scrivener Anderson.
Et super te. Congratulations.
For a thesis entitled Climbing the Hyper-Intentional Mountain, an essay on impossible worlds, subject matters, and truth makers, Francisca Silva.
Et super te. Congratulations, well done.
For a thesis entitled Empire in Flux, the managing of otherness and the creation of Swedishness during periods of territorial expansion and decline, 1645 to 1845, Natalie Smith.
Et super te. Congratulations, Natalie.
For a thesis entitled The Original Contract in Kant, a Contractarian Justification, Hong Jian Tan.
Et super te. Congratulations, well done.
For a thesis entitled Sensing Space in Horror Cinema, Textures, Orientations and Transgressions, Jia Wei Yo.
Et super te. Congratulations.
For a thesis entitled Making Everyday Life, Amateur Photography and Print Media in China, circa 1920 to 1937, Mi Zhou.
Et super te. Many congratulations. Decanus Facultatis Scientiae.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Megan Peel.
Te ad gradum baccalarii scientiae promovio, cuius rei in symbolum super te hoc beretum impono.
Brittany Lapierre.
Et super te.
Daisy Shuttleworth.
Et super te.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the postgraduate diploma, Lou Fornes Bernal.
Te ad gradum diplomati promovio, cuius rei in symbolum super te hoc beretum impono.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Master of Science, Alina Baban.
Te ad gradum magistri scientiae promovio, cuius rei in symbolum super te hoc beretum impono.
Esther Rebecca Banky.
Et super te.
Harriet Edwards.
Et super te.
Charlotta Eulitz.
Et super te.
Lucy Miller Trotter.
Et super te.
Isabella Neergaard.
Et super te.
Amy O'Claherty.
Et super te.
Brandon Rees.
Et super te.
Marta Robinson Rumbolska.
Et super te.
Sandra Shishapik.
Et super te.
Leah Tefner.
Et super te.
Andrea Turkin.
Et super te.
Emma von Seth.
Et super te.
Isabella Yao.
Et super te.
Shua Chi Ju.
Et super te.
Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to confer the degree in absentia on Emma Arts, Elise Coward, Ziyang Goa, Thomas Kerr, Yan Song Lee, Teresa Rosler, Kitwing Young.
Eos absentes magistro scientiae renuncio.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Master of Science by Research, Karina Schleit.
Te ad gradum magistri scientiae promovio, cuius rei in symbolum super te hoc beretum impono.
Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to confer the degree in absentia on Emma Butler, Viola Comida, Hala Zia Minol, Jenna Robertson.
Eos absentes magistro scientiae renuncio.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the degree of Master of Research, Kylie Baker-Williams.
Te ad gradum magistri investigationis promovio, cuius rei in symbolum super te hoc beretum impono.
Hannah Christensen.
Et super te.
Ryan Cunningham.
Et superte.
Nicole Johnston.
Et superte.
Gloria Lynn.
Et superte.
Neve McKenna.
Et superte.
Shreya Dubey.
Et superte.
Tor Riches.
Et superte.
Anna Rogers.
Et superte.
Liv Southard.
Et superte.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Novel Thermal Batteries Based on Sodium Chemistries, Catherine Bateman.
Te ad gradum doctoris philosophiae promoveo, cuius rei in symbolum superte hoc beretum impono. Many congratulations.
For a thesis entitled A More Nuanced Understanding of Autobiographical Memory in Autism Spectrum Disorder and Its Implications for Social Functioning, Vanessa Bollinger.
Take it slowly, Vanessa. Et superte. Well done.
For a thesis entitled Ligand Variations in Low Oxidation State Group 13 and Group 14 Compounds, Synthesis, Characterization, and Novel Reactivity, Huan Dong.
Et superte. Congratulations.
For a thesis entitled Understanding the Crystal Chemistry of Phosphate Cathode Materials, Roxana Morgu.
Et superte. Congratulations, Roxana.
For a thesis entitled New Chemistry of Tin-Based Negative Electrodes for Sodium-Ion Batteries, Sinisami Moragesen.
Et superte. Congratulations.
For a thesis entitled Effectiveness of Seller Reputation as a Solution to Online Lemon Markets, Anne-Catherine Vital.
Et superte.
For a thesis entitled Design and Synthesis of Chiral Thermally Activated Delayed Fluorescence Emitters for Organic Light Emitting Diodes, Yan Xu.
Et superte. Congratulations.
Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to confer the degree in absentia on Qinju Fong, Yuan Liang Liao, Hang Liu.
Eos absentes doctores philosophiae renuntio. Decanus facultatis sacrosanctae theologiae.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Master of Letters, Catherine Barnett.
Te ad gradum magistri literarum promovio, cuius rei in symbolum superte hoc beretum impono.
Ryan Biller.
Et superte.
Maria José Bravo Vargas.
Et superte.
Paulina Broche.
Et superte.
Sam Clifford Hassan.
Et superte.
Olivia Fink.
Et superte.
James Frost.
Et superte.
Simon Hegarty.
Et superte.
Maria Hendrika Hausmann.
Et superte.
Gracie McBride.
Et superte.
Catherine Meyer.
Et superte.
Audrey Menck.
Et superte.
Luis Messager Mira.
Et superte.
Madeleine Meyer.
Et superte.
Connor Salter.
Et superte.
Matthew Taylor.
Et superte.
Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to confer the degree in absentia on Christina Becker, Grace Bierman, Austin Neal, Josh Rook, Emily Rosenberger.
Eus absentes magistros literarum renuncio.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Master of Studies by Research, Rosa Jensen.
Te ad gradum magistri studiorum promovio, cuius rei in symbolum superte hoc beretum impono.
Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to confer the degree in absentia on Mima Baring, Mimi Lowry.
Eas absentes magistros studiorum renuncio.
Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to confer the degree of Master of Philosophy in absentia on Micah Rowland.
Eum absentem magistrum philosophiae renuncio.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Psychology of Persuasion in the Sectarian Dead Sea Scrolls, Yeshwant Bhakva Vemana.
Te ad gradum doctoris philosophiae promovio, cuius rei in symbolum superte hoc beretum impono. Congratulations.
For a thesis entitled The Vocation of the Artist in Lutheran Theology, Wade Bellisbach.
Et superte. Congratulations.
Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to confer the degree in absentia on Anupama Ranawana, Simeon Theogea.
Eos absentes doctores philosophiae renuncio.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Doctor of Divinity for a thesis entitled Analysing Doctrine Towards a Systematic Theology. Oliver Crisp.
Te ad gradum doctoris divinitatis promovio, cuius rei in symbolum superte hoc beretum impono. Very many congratulations. Well done. Many congratulations to all our graduates. I would now like to introduce the Principal's Medal. This award was inaugurated 16 years ago with a gift from 3 anonymous donors, and is supported by Ede and Ravenscroft, believed to be the oldest firm of tailors and robe makers in the world. The award of the Principal's Medal recognises students who display exceptional endeavour and achievement during their time at St Andrews. The medal may be awarded to final year undergraduates and postgraduates in any discipline, and the achievements celebrated are both academic and extracurricular. Today, the Principal's Medal is being awarded to a truly outstanding student, Luis Meseguer-Mira, who has just graduated with an MLit in sacred music. Luis is first and foremost an outstanding composer and cultural leader whose achievements during his time at St Andrews have been extraordinary. His final project of his master's, a sound installation for the world's largest monument to the Sacred Heart of Jesus in Madrid, will form the permanent musical environment for a site expected to welcome millions of pilgrims in the decades ahead. This pioneering work, created entirely in musique concrète, that is, experimental sound art, represents a bold and original contribution to the history of sacred music. Luis premiered the installation at the Laidlaw Music Centre in August 2025, and it will feature again during the International Network for Music and Theology conference hosted by St Andrews in 2026. Academically, Luis has excelled in every aspect of the MLit programme, achieving distinction in all modules and producing compositions of remarkable depth and creativity. His Mass of Divine Mercy, written for congregational participation, was performed at St James's Catholic Church in St Andrews and is now part of its liturgical repertoire. He also contributed to the St Andrews Research Internship Scheme with Pilgrimage, a work blending medieval melodies with contemporary texts, which drew praise from leading musicians, including Grammy Award-winning soprano Lucy Schauffer. Luis's influence extends far beyond the classroom. He has enriched the musical life of the university as assistant conductor scholar of the Renaissance singers, composing new works such as The Visit of the Three Wise Men, now part of their Christmas repertoire. He created a choral piece for St Leonard's College's 50th anniversary, performed as an organist in services and concerts, and contributed original music to the Orgel Bookline Project, a global initiative to complete J.S. Bach's unfinished organ collection. His versatility was evident in interdisciplinary collaborations, including the Intersections programme with the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland, where he composed Trio Prophecy, inspired by research on rap and prophetic traditions. Luis's entrepreneurial spirit and commitment to community are equally inspiring. To fund his studies, he organised concerts across Spain and launched a crowdfunding campaign demonstrating remarkable initiative. He has founded Transfiguración, the only Spanish-language magazine dedicated to contemporary sacred art, leading a team of 50 artists and scholars and interviewing leading figures in composition such as Sir James Macmillan. Luis's academic and artistic achievements, leadership and service to the community are truly exceptional. Luis has been appointed music director at the Shrine of St. Bernadette in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and will take up this position in the new year. Luis, in recognition of your many accomplishments, academically, artistically, and personally, during your time at St. Andrews, it gives me very great pleasure to bestow upon you the Principal's Medal. Please come up.
Jingle bells, jingle, 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 jingle bells, jingle, 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 jingle bells, jingle, jingle, jingle. That's the jingle bell. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell chiming, jingle bell time. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and dancing in jingle bell square. In the frosty air. What a bright time to rock the night away. Rock the night, jingle bell time is a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Hey, jingle, 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 jingle around the clock, mix and mingle in a jingling beat. That's the jingle bell rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell time, jingle bell time, dancing and prancing in the jingle bell square, in the frosty air. What a bright time to rock the night away. Rock the night, jingle bell time is a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Hey, jingle, 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 jingle around the clock, mix and mingle in a jingling beat. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
We will now turn to the induction of new professors, an integral and important part of our graduation tradition. Academic institutions are highly organized ones, and academic structures vary between countries, most notably between European and American models. At St. Andrews, the first academic posting is conventionally a lectureship, and lecturers become senior lecturers, then readers, as they progress up the ladder, although it should be said that many academic careers are not quite so linear in practice. Professors are the most senior academics within our university and the sector more broadly, and appointment to the Professoriate recognises careers of outstanding achievement, the pursuit of excellence, and the production of scholarship that has had a demonstrable impact in its field. It is the pinnacle of an academic career. Alongside the induction of new professors today, we will also mark the appointments of 2 Bishop Wardlaw professors. The title of Bishop Wardlaw Professor is bestowed by the University Court upon academics who have been elected as a Fellow of one of the United Kingdom's 2 leading learned societies, the British Academy for Scholars in the Arts and Humanities and the Royal Society for Science and Medicine Scholars. Membership of either of these bodies is extremely prestigious and an honour attained by only the leading academics of our time. The title takes its name from the founder of our university, Bishop Henry Wardlaw, to recognise that those who carry it participate in a tradition of scholarly excellence established over 600 years ago. We thus recognise and formally induct our new professors and Bishop Wardlaw professors during these graduation ceremonies so that we can celebrate. I will call forth the new professors and they will be inducted into the Professoriat with prescribed Latin phrases. I will then give each professor a book in recognition of their lifetime committed to the written word. Each professor has been invited to select a work of their choice, which is gifted to them by the university and presented out with this ceremony. The books they receive on stage today are symbolic of this transaction. The academics whom we acknowledge have taught and supported generations of students, including some of those who have just graduated, whilst advancing their disciplines, promoting the transmission of ideas, generating discourse, and changing our world as a consequence. Let us recognise their successors now. On the instruction of the Senatus Academicus, of which I declare this a duly constituted meeting, I shall now install its newly appointed professors. Quando quidem in Universitati Sancti Andreae vacuae sunt hae professiones. There were a number of vacant appointments in several schools at the university. Professores in Schola Chemia, Professor in Schola Theologiae, Professor in Schola Historiae, Professores in Schola Philosophiae, Anthropologiae et Artis Cinematicae, Professores in Schola Scientiarum Mentis, Professores Wardlawrensis. Visum est, curiae eustem universitate, ea manera his collegis doctissimis mandare. Professores igitur magistrique eustem universitatis, statuerunt eustem collegas in ea munera admittere. The University Court felt it correct to entrust the duties of these appointments to the following colleagues, and the masters and professors of the university were in agreement. I will now summon forward those who are to be installed. Professor Bella Bode, School of Chemistry. Professor Ian Megson, School of Chemistry. Professor Gavin Hops, School of Divinity. Professor Rory Cox, School of History. Professor Lucy Donaldson, School of Philosophical, Anthropological and Film Studies. Professor Daniel Knight, School of Philosophical, Anthropological and Film Studies. Professor Adam Reed, School of Philosophical, Anthropological and Film Studies. Professor Paula Miles, School of Psychology and Neuroscience. Professor Akira O'Connor, School of Psychology and Neuroscience. Professor Caroline Humphreys, Bishop Wardlaw Professor. Professor Richard Watmore, Bishop Wardlaw Professor. Per leganta diplomata, I now request that these certificates are read out.
The University Court, at meetings held between the 19th of October 2024 and the 17th of October 2025, received notification of appointments in the schools of Chemistry, Divinity, History, Philosophical, Anthropological and Film Studies, and Psychology and Neuroscience. Notifications were also received of the appointment of 2 chairs in the name of Bishop Wardlaw.
Iam pridem in Academia Nostra, increbuit haec consuetudo ut qui munus aliquod eneadum suscipiat, is sancte policiata se officio sibi commisso fideliter perfunctorum. Vos igitur mi sedales, sancti policemini vos commodis utilitatibusque huius academiae usque inservituros. I have reminded all present of our custom that whoever undertakes such a responsibility should solemnly promise faithfully to carry out his or her duties, and I ask each candidate for this promise. Frater Bella, Frater Ian, Frater Gavin, Frater Rory, Soror Lucy, Frater Daniel, Frater Adam, Soror Paula, Frater Akira, Soror Caroline, Frater Richard. Vos igitur professores in Universitati Sancti Andreae Rite Institutus Renuncio, cuius rei in testimonium hos libros trado. I now declare that this group of colleagues is properly installed as professors, and I will now present each of them with a book as witness to this. Starting this end. Many congratulations. It's really super. I'm so pleased. Congratulations, Caroline. Your book, well done. Many congratulations, double congratulations. Congratulations, Paula. Really pleased for you. Many congratulations, Abby. Well done, well done. Thank you, Gary. Many congratulations, well done. Hi, Ian. Many congratulations. Welcome. Many congratulations. Really pleased for you. Congratulations, young man. Congratulations, Lucy. Congratulations. Quod Felix fortunatumque sit, Spartam nacti estis, hanc exornate. In conclusion, I wish all of them happiness and good fortune, and end with an ancient saying translated into Latin by Erasmus. This states, "You have been allotted Sparta, do it credit." I call upon Dr. Matea Peter of the School of International Relations.
Vice-Chancellor, it's my privilege to present for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, the Right Honourable Lady Dorian, PC, KC, FRSE. Lady Dorian was born in Edinburgh and studied at the School of Law at the University of Aberdeen. She was admitted to the Faculty of Advocates in 1981, and her career has truly been one of firsts, trailblazing a path for women in Scottish law. In 1988, she was appointed by the Lord Advocate as the first female advocate depute, prosecuting the most serious criminal cases in the High Court of Justiciary, Scotland's highest criminal court. She was one of only 12 senior prosecutors providing legal advice and helping shape criminal policy in Scotland. Lady Dorian was appointed Queen's Counsel in 1994. She was a Senator of the College of Justice from 2005 and became Lord Justice Clerk in April 2016. Lord Justice Clerk is the most senior judge in Scotland, is the second most senior judge in Scotland, and in over 700 years of the history of the office, Lady Dorian was the first woman to hold the position. Her appointment was so unprecedented that the official letter installing her addressed her using male pronouns. She chose to retain the title Lord Justice Clerk to honor the long tradition of the office. Throughout her distinguished career, Lady Dorian presided over some of the most complex and high-profile cases in recent Scottish legal history, including issues surrounding the claim of Catholic midwives to refuse involvement in abortions, Scottish government proposals for transgender self-identification, the Alex Salmon trial, and numerous litigations against Rangers Football Club. She played a key role in developing sentencing guidelines for young adults with a focus on rehabilitation over punishment. Lady Dorian has also been a mentor and advocacy trainer both in Scotland and internationally. She currently serves as a trustee of the Slynn Foundation, working with senior judges and justice institutions to strengthen the rule of law worldwide. She is also chair of the Scottish Arts Trust and has served as a trustee for several charitable organizations in the arts and education sectors. After retiring from the office of the Lord Justice Clerk in February this year, Lady Dorian quickly returned to public service. Since July, she has been serving as a Judicial Commissioner, supporting the Investigatory Powers Commissioner in reviewing the use of investigatory powers by public authorities, including intelligence agencies, police, and local authorities. Vice-Chancellor, in recognition of her major contribution to the field of law and her long, illustrious career as the most senior woman in Scottish legal history, I invite you to confer the degree of Doctor of Law, honoris causa, on Leona June Dorian, Lady Dorian.
Te ad gradum doctoris legum honoris causa promovio, cuius rei in symbolum super te hoc beretum in pono. Many congratulations, Leona. It's a delight for us.
Thank you very much, Vice-Chancellor, professors, old and new, fellow graduates and graduates. I would like to thank the university for this great honour bestowed upon me and to thank Dr. Peter for her kind words of laudation. However, delighted as I am and conscious of the distinction conferred, the real distinction marked here is that of those of you who have graduated today, you have actually worked for the honour of standing here. You should be extremely proud. I know that this is the product of many years of hard work, study, and research. There will have been sacrifices along the way, perhaps even a few tears occasionally. Sometimes, using the classical focus of today, you might have thought of Virgil's words in Book 4 of the Aeneid. Forsan et haec olim meminisse huabit. In other words, perhaps in days to come, it might be a pleasure to remember even these things. But here you are, having all these efforts lauded and recognized. I hope you all plan to celebrate your considerable achievements. I know many of you have family and friends with you today, and that's only right, because not only to mark your attainments, but because I dare say many of you will have cause to be grateful to them for their support and encouragement over the years. I'm not a great one for giving advice. Generic advice is usually obvious, such as telling undergraduates not to go drinking on an empty stomach. But general advice is rarely useful. To be worth anything, advice requires to be tailored to the individual in question. There is perhaps one only piece of advice one can give, which is that when opportunity knocks, try to be open-minded enough to recognize it for what it is, to walk through the door which it opens for you, not to underestimate the power and energy of yes. Thank you very much.
As Vice-Chancellor, I will now deliver today's graduation address. So let me begin with my warmest congratulations to you all. Each of you has invested years of thought, practice, and persistence to reach this point, and today we celebrate that accomplishment with joy. It belongs to you and to those who have supported you along the way. Your families, your friends, your lecturers and tutors, our professional services colleagues, and the chorus of people behind the scenes who ensure that ceremonies such as this one unfold with their usual grace. Graduation also marks a moment of punctuation in the story of one's life. For many of you, it's the end of essays, exams, and deadlines, the final chapter of living by the rhythm of the academic calendar. You have crossed the stage and you have become something that you were not before, a graduate of the University of St Andrews. And with that transition comes a new cadence to your lives. Our late Chancellor, Lord Campbell of Pittenweem, understood the art of transition in a way very few people do. His was a life in motion, in the literal sense, but also in the more profound sense of someone always willing to evolve and to recalibrate his purpose along paths that were anything but linear. He began as a university athlete, running on rain-soaked tracks in Glasgow in shorts that billowed like sails, in an era of plucky amateurism that looked, as he once said, like something out of Chariots of Fire. From those beginnings, he became an Olympian, competing for Great Britain in the 4x100 metres relay at the 1964 Tokyo Olympics, at which he and his team established a new British record. Lord Campbell subsequently competed in the 1966 Commonwealth Games, later defeated O.J. Simpson in a competitive 100-metre race in 1967, and for 7 years held the national 100-metre record. In his autobiography, published in 2008, Lord Campbell captured with great economy the distilled force of his athletic life. He said, "For less than 40 seconds on a damp October day in Tokyo, I was among the 32 fastest men in the world, a competitor. I remember it as vividly as if it were yesterday." And then, when the cheers faded, Lord Campbell did another remarkable thing. He changed. He redirected himself entirely, training as a lawyer and entering a profession that could not be more different in its rhythms and expectations. Gone were the incandescent seconds of a race. In their place came the sustained focus of legal argument and the slow architecture of building cases. He excelled there too, where he built a practice, argued cases in the highest courts, and was called to the Scottish Bar in 1968, later becoming a QC, then a KC. Those who worked with Lord Campbell knew him as a lawyer who respected both the letter and the spirit of the law. And from law, as a seasoned firebrand in his 40s, prepared to start again, he took another turn into politics. Lord Campbell came into politics by degrees, the liberal tradition that tugged at him during his university days, a belief in choice, dignity, and the responsibilities we owe to one another, was the instinct, rather than any blueprint for a political life, that carried him forward into a world in which service mattered more than ambition. When others were content to comment from the sidelines, he was prepared to act. He understood both the privilege of public office and its weight, and he never allowed one to obscure the other. Lord Campbell fought elections, lost, fought again, and in 1987 he was elected MP for North East Fife, beginning more than a quarter century of parliamentary service. His interventions as Liberal Democrat spokesperson for foreign affairs throughout the crises of Bosnia, Kosovo, 9/11, and Iraq were sought because of his incisiveness and erudition. Through changing times, successive governments, and as leaders passed from hand to hand, Lord Campbell carried with him a sense of proportion and principle that made his counsel valued across party lines. His ascent within his own party to leader of the Liberal Democrats in 2006 marked him as a politician who valued measured reasoning over the theatrics that so often accompany political life. It is distinctive and telling that in the months since his passing, colleagues and opponents alike have recalled his characteristic kindness, a quality rarely associated with politics, yet one that defined both his approach and his legacy. But behind these public roles was someone who treasured the companionship of his life, his wife, Elspeth, the formidable late Lady Campbell of Pittenweem, whose presence both sharpened and steadied him. Their partnership was a source of humour, resilience, and strength, and there was always the sense that their two vigorous minds were working towards something larger than either could reach alone. Lord Campbell described Elspeth as his constant political companion, always my encouragement and forever my first line of defence. In another era, freed by the conventions that so often constrained women of her generation in public life, Elspeth might well have emerged as a leading politician in her own right. And their partnership is a reminder that even the most individual journeys are sustained by others, by the people who challenge and encourage you. They will shape your life as surely as any decision you make. From tracks to tribunals and from the courtroom to the Commons, Lord Campbell embodied a life defined by continual reinvention. He gained layers and shed past selves across a lifetime, but that reinvention was ultimately cumulative. He trusted that the capacities developed in one context would matter in another, even if their usefulness was not immediately apparent. Indeed, little we do in life is wasted if we use it properly. In his own words, Lord Campbell saw his life as one of experience and not of achievement, and it is a testament to how far a person can travel when one is willing to move. And this is, of course, the kind of choice you have ahead of yourselves as you now stand at a moment in which your own paths feel poised for movement. The world you enter will ask you to adapt, to test yourselves, to change direction when the map runs out. If you practice reinvention, you will discover that transformation enlarges you and gives you new vantage points, new vocabularies, and new ways of seeing, and it will allow you to keep looking forward, as Lord Campbell always did. You leave St Andrews equipped with knowledge and skills, certainly, but also with the mindset to excel successively because you recognize that you have adapted before and you can do so again. And when you do step into new stages of your life with the same openness that allowed Lord Campbell to cross so many of his with distinction, let kindness be the element that holds everything together. As Chancellor, he watched generations of graduates cross this stage and step into the next chapter of their lives with the same mixture of courage and possibility. It is a real privilege to send you into the world from a university that Lord Campbell cared for so very deeply. Congratulations once again. Thank you. If you are able, please stand for the benediction.
Oremus. Gratia Dominici Nostri Jesu Christi, et caritas Dei, et communicato Spiritus Sancti, sit cum in omnes nobis, in saecula saeculorum. Amen.